Hey guys, this is Miss Matthews. I'm going to do the first part of Lesson 21 with you today in your reading book, comparing poems, plays, and prose. Comparing and contrasting the features of poems, drama, and prose will help you write and speak about the main difference between them. That's our learning target for today. So this is kind of a review. We talked about all three of these. The three major forms of literature: poetry, drama, and prose all make use of distinctive structural elements. We talked about that. Remember, if it is bolded, underline it or circle it, or special features. Their shapes alone make the literature forms easy to tell apart. These forms of literature differ in other ways. A poem often packs deep thoughts and feelings into a few words. A drama, you know what? I think I'm going to underline that sentence because that tells me what a poem does. Okay, a drama, which is what we did last week, the play, a drama is written to be performed on stage. And for prose, novels and short stories, that's just like books. That's just a narrator reveals the character's thoughts, feelings, and actions. So we're going to underline those because I'm going to be referring back to those this week. Each form of literature has its own features, so reading it is a unique experience. Study the sheets of paper below. Can you use the text shapes and word clues to identify each form of literature? So we're going to look at these. Let's look at the first one, Jack and the Beanstalk. It begins with the words, once upon a time, and you're probably very familiar with Jack and the Beanstalk, how he got the magic beans. And it ends with, and everyone lived happily ever after, except, so we're going to try to figure out, is that a poem? Is that a play? Or is that prose? Think about that one for a second. This is a clue, once upon a time. Think about a drama. Do you see any stage directions here? No. Think about a poem. Do you remember how they write a poem in stanzas and in verses? Not really. So this tells me this is prose. It's just a novel or a short story. Okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Y'all are all very familiar with this, I'm sure, this little nursery rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. I just read that to you. You probably know that by heart too. So we know it's not prose because we've already got this over here. Do you hear anything in there that gives you a clue? I heard a lot of rhyming words, didn't you? I heard the words star and R, high and sky, and then there's star and R again. So what form of literature uses a lot of rhyming words? That's right, poetry. So this is a poem. Okay, and let's look at our last one. The Three Little Pigs. Here they show us we have the wolf, pig 1, wolf, pig 2, pig 1, and the wolf. So what are they giving us? A list of the what? That's right, a list of characters. What form of literature lists the characters out for us? That's right, plays. This is a play. Okay, so let's look on page 327. Let's look on page 327 here. Okay? All right, on 327 it says, think about what you've learned about the way poems, drama, and prose are different. In the chart below, describe each element, then mark an X in the box where the element is frequently found. And they did one for us here, the setting. And they told us what the setting was. Time or place, something happens. So think about that. When you read a short story or a novel, can you figure out the setting? Yes. So we can find the setting in prose. I'll pin over my camera over a little bit. Okay, what about, I want it to be crooked, it's not wanting to. All right, what about drama? Well, trying to get it, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, there it goes. All right, what about drama, like a play? Do they tell us the setting? Yes. Okay, could you figure out the setting in a poem? Yeah, you sure could. You could figure out the setting in a poem. Okay, so setting is found in all three of those. So let's look at the next one, dialogue. Okay, think about dialogue, what we talked about last week. Dialogue is, remember, the conversation characters have with one another. It's just like when they talk to each other. So let's think about where we usually are going to find dialogue. Okay? Where are you most going to see it? We know the most common is going to be in a drama, right? Do you usually find dialogue in poetry? Sometimes, but it's not very common. So we're not going to mark poem. What about just a short story? Yes, you always see a dialogue in a short story. Okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Cast of characters. This is a list of characters that tells who is in the play, and that's a key word right there. So a cast of characters is only found in drama. Okay? You're not going to find a cast of characters at the beginning of a poem or at the beginning of a normal story. All right, think about stage directions. Remember, instructions to the actors and directors. Now, those two words are always associated with drama, with a play. Remember, stage directions were things that tell you how to tell the characters how to look, how to react. So that's only going to be found in drama. Okay, what about description? Description, remember, are details about events, settings, or characters. So think about description. Could you find out details about events or settings or about characters in a poem? Yes, you sure could. What about drama? Yes, it's going to give us details. What about prose? Yes. So all three of those. Okay, chapter. Main division in a novel. Novel's your key word there. Prose. Okay, just like Miss Carpenter has been reading you The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe on our YouTube channel. She's reading chapters a day. Miss Rayner has started with Tuck Everlasting. So that's an example of prose. Main division in a novel, chapters. Okay, stanzas. Do you remember what a stanza is? A group of verses that describe an image or idea. Where's the only one that, the only one that a stanza can be found in is a poem. Okay? And the last one, narrator. Someone who shares story details with the reader. Okay? It's who's telling the story. And think about that. We could find a narrator in all three of our forms of literature. Okay? All three. All right, look down at the bottom. Share your charts. Did you mark the same elements? What are some other differences between poetry, drama, and prose? Now, to me, I want you to think about this for a second. Which one is the easiest for you to read? Okay, some people may think poetry is easier to read. Some people may think that prose or drama is the easiest one to read. For me, I think for myself, I read a lot more prose because that's just your everyday books, novels and short stories. And I hope while y'all are out that you are reading, okay? Like I said, Miss Rayner and Miss Carpenter are reading some great chapter books on our YouTube channel. Take advantage of these. Read some books while you're out. I know the library's closed, but there's tons of books online that you can read with, okay? Try to read you some poems, find some poems. Drama's kind of hard to read, but most everyone loves drama because they like acting out those plays. So that's just my opinion. All right, use these words and phrases to talk about the text. These are some words we're going to look at. We're going to have this week: drama, prose, structural elements. So you're going to hear those a lot this week. That's your academic talk. Okay, so this took care of the first part of the lesson, the introduction. And tomorrow we will do Angie's solo. Do y'all think this may be about Miss Carpenter? You know Miss Angie Carpenter? You think it may be about her? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if Miss Carpenter sings or not, but we'll find out. All right, guys. You have a great afternoon, and be looking for this video for lesson 2. For the next couple of pages, be looking for it tomorrow at some point, and I will put it up for you. And y'all have a great week. Read, read, read. Bye.